Yo, Vegas lights shine bright, bad boys sitting pretty. Michael, Steve, Rob running things in Sin City. Podcast blazing truth, rhyming hard and witty. Three kings on the mic, Vegas life gets gritty. Matt Michaels dropping bombs, quick wit, no filter. Sin City's own, blending gold with the silver. Steve taking notes, every word's a thriller. Rob's on the tracks, beats cold like a chiller. Badboyz a podcast, raw truth they broadcast. Speaking facts so fast, haters coming dead last. Las Vegas legends, three amigos top class. Mic in hand, setting fire, never outclassed.
Hey everybody, Matt Michaels, Sin City Steve, Rob Bossoleri here on the Vegas Badboyz of podcasting. Gentlemen, it has been one heck of a crazy week. Rob, I do apologize. I know you're supposed to do a comedy show tonight, but I did call in a bomb threat. I said if Rob Bossoleri gets on stage, it will be worse than Hiroshima or whatever that tag
The
team
fact
is
that you
called.
can't even pronounce it.
Oh, they were
Okay.
a tag team. It was a
You
Japanese
don't even
tag
know
team.
how to be
Hiroshima
racist
and
properly.
Hiroshima, they were the Atomic Powers. Okay, they were a tag team in 1972. They won the New
hold
Japan titles, and they were fabulous. Okay, and the only person who could bob more than those two were you.
Anyways. No, not yet.
Got to make him wait for it, you know?
You got to build up the anticipation.
Oh man, yeah, we starting off by joking because today is a continuation of one hell of a horrible last 24 hours with the passing of Sabu here in Las Vegas. The tributes have been coming in from everywhere. RVD right here. This is WrestleCon just 3 weeks ago. This was crazy to just think that was just 3 weeks ago. And Rob had this to say, here we were just a few weeks ago at WrestleCon. You never know when it's the last time you'll be together when it comes to this. Sabu was as irreplaceable in my life as he was in the industry. Y'all know how important he was to my career, and you know how much he meant to me personally. He's been a tremendous influence since I was 18 years old when I met him. Learning to be an adult while you're in the crazy environment of this business can go several different ways. I'm proud to have been able to carry on so many of Sheik and Sabu's values, both in and out of the ring. Sabu helped make me the wrestler I am, the person I am, and I'll always be proud of that and grateful. AEW and WWE both had tributes. WWE is saddened to learn that Terry Brunk, also known to wrestling fans as Sabu, has passed away. It extends its condolences to Sabu's family, friends, and fans. AEW said AEW and the wrestling world mourns the passing of Sabu. From barbed wire battles to unforgettable high-risk moments, Sabu gave everything to professional wrestling. Our thoughts are with his family, friends, and his fans. Brian Cage posted a photo of Brian, Taz, Hook, and Sabu. So this photo was already great the first time I posted it, but now it just became something much more. Sabu was a legend, innovator, and inspired so many. Happy to see the amount of love and praise for Sabu as he has passed. After his crazy retirement match a few weeks ago and his last public appearance last weekend, a bit eerie to have him pass suddenly. But his name and career lives on. R.I.P. Sabu, or as RVD said, wrestle in peace. And there's our own Rob just a couple weeks ago with Sabu. Thoughts on Sabu? Steve, if you want to go first.
It obviously Sabu was influential to everyone in the business, but also I can't help but be candid about things. It was the mid-90s. I was pretty jaded with the sport of professional wrestling. And somebody at my high school, there you go, I just dated myself. He talked up ECW, which, you know, I hadn't heard anything of, and I was honestly, I had fallen out of favor with WWE or WWF at the time. Wasn't a fan, but I checked out ECW and I saw Sabu doing some crazy shit that I, up until that point, had never seen done in the ring. And just the way that he was able to vault off of chairs, use his body as a weapon, and then of course, you know, his barbed wire matches. He truly was an innovator in the business, especially in the realm of hardcore wrestling. And realistically, had I not seen Sabu in ECW, I don't even know if I'd be doing this podcast right now, just to keep it a buck, because ECW brought me back into pro wrestling, and I've been in ever since. And I owe a lot to that, to Sabu. And it's very, very eerie. The first person, the first name, if you will, that I saw during WrestleMania week here in Las Vegas was Sabu. He was at a Knox Pro show, maybe 20 people in the audience, but Sabu was there, man. He was all over everything WrestleMania weekend here in Vegas. And it's very eerie that, you know, right after all that stuff ends, the dust settles. Unfortunately, he passes. So,
yeah. Rob.
Peace.
You know, being a New Yorker, that's the first thing you remember is MSG Network 2, 3 in the morning. And Sabu is the one performer that you didn't get to see because he was the premium performer. You would maybe Tajiri for free, or Al Snow, or maybe like I think Bam Bam Bigelow a few times, perhaps on ECW. But when it came to Sabu, that was the pay-per-view. And you would see the commercials running and go, oh my God, this isn't WWE, it's something better. This is something better. All of my friends in the high school in Lakeland talked about WWE, talked about WCW, but the wrestling fans had on ECW shirts and had on Sabu shirts. And then to go to I'll fucking say it, a midget wrestling show with a comic friend of mine, Adam Dominguez, and he goes, dude, Sabu's here. Where? It's at the Nerd Bar, dude. He's sitting in the freaking Game of Thrones chair. Like, what the fuck? All right, you're shitting me right now. Now, this guy hasn't been limelight for years, but it's Sabu. Okay, I treated meeting Sabu as I would treat meeting The Rock or John Cena or Hulk Hogan. He's on that level. So there he is. And there he is in the picture. You got Tylee, Texas. You can look her up. And I'm going, this is surreal. And then the following week at Mr. Respectfully Lex Las Vegas show on Wednesday, we're going to plug it because we're doing a tribute to him at the Spotlight at 10 o'clock on Wednesday at Ola Abibi. The Wednesday after WrestleMania, there he is again. And it told me two things. Number one, the guy respects the local scene, local wrestling, local comedy. It's entertainment, and there's an exchange of people in all different forms of entertainment in Las Vegas, and he was in our community, as is Rob Van Dam, as I've met Austin Aries and other wrestlers who supported the comedy scene, which I'm more of the comedy scene than I am wrestling. It is what it is. But they all shake each other's hands, and it's respect. And he had a conversation with me. And to my own stupidity, as you see, I often zone out. Maybe I'll miss a key part of a match and then say something, and that didn't happen. I zoned out, and he let me know. And he was like, hey, I asked you something. I was like, what? But I find it funny because the guy was conversing with me. But I was still in shock and awe. And then to hear, oh, it's Mother's Day, and he's, not with us. I don't want to get into more than that because there's going to be speculation forever and a day. I don't need to pile on to that. There's going to be enough websites and fucking social media nonsense that will be speculating this one for a while. It really doesn't matter. We're here to celebrate his in-ring excellence and also the humanity, because we've all got stories of some celebrity that we know in these circles that's an asshole. You know, and not the kind of asshole that we're chanting their name just to get a pop, but an asshole because they are fucking lowlives and they don't treat their fans with any respect. That's not what I got from him. And also, I said, hey, Sabu, I remember I met, like a freaking mark that I met John Moxley a long time ago, and he was still rocking the Dean Ambrose moniker. I called out Dean 9 times. That dude didn't give me the Oh, yeah, I forgot. So Sabu, boom. And the first words out of my mouth to the guy were, my condolences for Jeannie. First words out of my freaking mouth, grabbed my hand and had a quick little hug it out. Respect respects respect. That's my old saying, and he had nothing but. Is the guy super talkative? No, but that's why God gave the world me. So, you know. But we're here to share the messages and our stories of the guy, of what we saw him do in the ring, on TV, and the kind of man he was outside. And I'm a big person about, you know, first impressions. I met my Trump moniker in real life. I met this guy. I was like, respect. So, absolute respect. Thank you, Terry Brunk. You know? Thank you.
Yeah. You know, it's tough because, you know, yeah, I'm not going to say I'm huge friends. It was huge friends with Sabu. You know, didn't know him intimately, but knew Sabu. Had conversation with him. Saw him this week, you know, or 2 weeks ago, you know, 3 weeks ago, whatever it was, at WrestleCon, and knew Melissa, Super Genie, a little bit. And one of the things I still have saved, you know, transferred it over off my phone to make sure I kept it preserved, and that is a message from Melissa talking about how she's sorry that they didn't get back to me because Sabu lost his phone in the airport, and it was just such a just a wonderful, you know, just one of those phone calls that you don't expect to get, where you just go, you know, one day I'm gonna look back at this, you know, and it's just very simple. It's life, right? It's someone who everyone looks up to, someone who's a legend, someone that, you know, is beloved, doing something that every single one of us have done, you know. Fucked up, lost my phone, you know, just very average, simple shit that gets lost. So, you know, it's just sad. It hurts. I'm sure all of us, you know, will just continue to appreciate, be able to watch the matches, and you know, just send all of our love to all the fans out there, all his family and all his friends, and you will be someone who will never be forgotten. If you are around tomorrow night, or set your VCRs, set your recordings for Dark Side of the Ring, because it is about Sabu's uncle, the Sheik, and Sabu is on a lot of that episode. So just a sad day. Okay, so we move on from Sabu to WWE Backlash. All right, there he is, still champion, retains. Wasn't it ironic that Travis Scott once again cost the person wrestling Cena the match. It's just amazing how he just keeps popping up like that. But one of the best things ever was at the post press conference when Cena comes in and says, "I will address you guys, you media people." Finally, as I showed him, then Ron comes in and says, "John, oh man, he just takes him through that damn table, of course." And man, look at how menacing John is. All right, so what do we
You
think?
can tell he's having so much fun,
dude.
You can tell that he's having so much fun, dude.
Oh yeah, he's in there.
When he cracked up at Ron Simmons.
Would you say Ron Simmons, Ron Killing, R-Truth?
Ron Killings, on Truth, Little Jimmy. But when he cracked up, it was just hysterical. And then, to do this, I mean, the match was great. It was great for fucking almost 40 minutes.
How many RKOs were there in that freaking match? Like a dozen.
Yeah.
Finisher spam 2025, baby.
Right.
No punt kick, though. I wanted the punt kick.
All right. So thoughts on that, guys?
So I think that it was a very, very solid match. It was so unbelievably so much better than the Mania match. It just, like, if you would put the two next to each other and say that they happened within 30 days of one another, I would have called you a fucking liar. But yeah, you can say that certain things were contrived and, it was finisher spam and all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, the people in the building for that match and for that show went fucking ape shit for every single spot. So at the end of the day, that's really what matters, is that you're doing it to get a great reaction out of the crowd, and mission fucking accomplished with that match. Now, was it the best match on the show? No, but I'm sure we'll talk about that. But yeah, at the ages that these guys are, amazing, amazing job putting on that high quality match.
For me, it was a spam of RKOs, and it was a spam of attitude adjustments, and on and on and on. And the shit with the refs, the switching, changing of hands with the refs, nonstop, was a bit much. But I was screaming. You know what it was? As annoying as I found that to be, I was screaming at the TV, which is the desired result.
Exactly.
I'm the fucking ref again.
They got the reaction out of you that they wanted, bro.
Exactly, because it had me. I'm beyond the edge of my seat. I'm up in arms screaming. R-Truth.
Oh God.
R-Truth. That was the most contrived nonsense. I went, no. Yeah. Anything but this.
But if nothing else, dude, that helps to put a button on a long-running storyline, because obviously we saw what happened in the post-show in the press conference. So
the element with the press conference was good because it gave him a way out of having to answer questions. I like the idea that he's so miserable. He's so miserable through and through. And I think SummerSlam is going to be where you get a returning Cody Rhodes to get him to go face again. You have to squeeze out that babyface John Cena one last time. But CenturyLink, got to drop it, bro. But you've got, or Verizon. He'll say Verizon. But free plug, 2050 North Rainbow. But the R-Truth thing, yes, I'm John Cena, I'm his greatest fan. I've been watching him since I was a little kid. I was hoping they were going to follow up on that tonight. They didn't. We'll see how that again. But the match had energy. What I will say, though, is that of a continuity of time, these men were doing their signature moves and with not the same sauce and effect. When Randy did the snap bomb, it was slow. There were a lot of moves. The attitude adjustments were slow. They were taking their breath in there. I'm not saying they look geriatric, but they're certainly not the same guys that they were 10 years ago in the PG era. And that's fine. I
Father
actually
Time is undefeated,
appreciate that.
brother. Father Time is undefeated.
Yeah. But I appreciated it. I appreciate that we saw continuity, and WWE always does a good job of showing the growth and how we got from A to B. They even showed them their OVW work. It was a great last match for them. I don't think we're going to see the two of them do it again. It was a good. I would have liked there to have not been any R-Truth stuff, but it does tie in. I would not like to. I didn't want it to end with R-Truth. I didn't want him to be the reason for the ending. I would have liked him to have contributed to it, but for him to be the bow on that was a little annoying. But I would give the match an A-. It did everything it needed to do. It was a little sour, but not horrible. Not like that WrestleMania debacle, but this was good.
Speaking of just putting your body on the line and out there. Look at this guy. Holy shit, dude. Pat McAfee. Holy macro. He looks like he just has a giant raspberry all over his goddamn chest. It's unfucking believable. Say what you want about the quote unquote celebrities and whatnot wrestling. The fact of the matter is that Pat McAfee's an athlete. He had one job. Go out there. And I saw people just, oh, well, this is bullshit because Gunther should be able to beat this guy in like fucking 5 minutes.
Do you see Pat McAfee's fucking body? The guy has got almost the same build as Gunther.
Right.
You wish you could look like Pat McAfee, who looks like Gunther.
Yeah. That's the thing. If it was Michael Cole, yes.
and over times, Michael Cole has been a little ripped over the years. He's weaved in and out of being like kind of jacked and then not. I don't know what's his deal.
Yeah, his supplier. But
I mean, I don't want to see him in the singlet ever again with the foot fungus. That was disgusting.
But it just goes to show again, the complaints about certain things. And it's like, listen, this was a 5-match card. The idea is in 5 matches, half the time is spent, non-ring action. Half the time is spent ring action, right? That's pretty much a divide of almost an hour and a half each, right? So the fact of the matter is that every single match told the stories and pushed forward what things they were trying to get out there. So, from perspective of, what was accomplished with this match, again, it makes Pat look strong because he took his ass fucking got handed to him. And again, he shouldn't have beat Gunther, right? I mean, if he beats Gunther, everyone goes ape shit and says, oh, how the hell did this guy beat Gunther? So, any thoughts on that match?
He got a pin on him.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I mean, I think this was the only time in the history of outside interference where the foot gets held down during a pin attempt that the person kicked out. So take that for however you will. But no, I think it was a pretty solid match. I don't see the issue with Pat going, what was it, 18, 19 minutes, something like that in there. I don't see the problem with that because realistically, you told the story of McAfee getting his ass beat. If nothing else, it put over Gunther as being just somebody that will, regardless of who it is, if you're in the ring with him, he is going to beat the ever-loving fuck out of you. It doesn't matter if you're a commentator. It doesn't matter if you're a wrestler. It doesn't matter who you are. So if nothing else, it got him over even more than he already was with a strong and decisive victory.
I think the only thing that Gunther is missing right now is some sort of a catchphrase. I really think that's the only separating factor from him being at the highest levels. He's got the look. He's got the entrance. I would still like to see Ludwig Kaiser just grab his jacket. I love when he would just twirl the jacket around and Kaiser would pick it up. He's got everything you want, is just slightly off. He's so close. And then he tilts the hand. He tilts the head and gives him a bow, shows him some respect for taking the ass whooping, which makes him look even better.
Exactly.
He needs the Ring General is a name, it's a moniker, but he needs some sort of catchphrase. He needs his yeet. He needs something. Emotion. I don't know what. He needs something that will be a hook.
You do realize, Rob, if you had Gunther going yeet, he'd be going like this.
Oh God.
Yeet, yeet.
Oh jeez.
Oh Lord. Hold on. I gotta do it with both hands. Yes.
Yeah. Yeet. Yeet.
Oh boy. You know, someday I'm going to want to run for Congress, and someone's going to have a picture of me doing that with a respectfully shirt going, respect.
Those damn Austrians, I tell you.
They give up so easily.
Hey, man. Schwarzenegger's an Austrian, and his dad was never a Nazi.
Nice.
WWE Hall of Famer Arnold Schwarzenegger, by the way. Tie it back into wrestling, everybody. Okay, there was the match probably most talked about was the match.
Hey, wait a minute. We're forgetting someone.
Elon Musk?
My father was working on a ME-262 electric jet. It was going to be revolutionary, and would have taken out all of the Tuskegee Airmen single-handedly. He was working on that. We want to honor that legacy.
Yeet Heil. Yeet Heil. Okay, so talking about, oh my God, the four-way for the United States Championship. We had Jacob Fatu defending against LA Knight, Drew McIntyre, and Damian Priest. People just loved this match. Seemed like this was a standout match of the night. And of course, we learned that Jeff Cobb is all WWE. That's right.
That's right.
Often imitated, never duplicated, brother.
Well, it's great to see him finally debut. There was a big, murmur out there that he was going to debut, and to have him in that mix as Solo's, they even said Solo said he ran out of everyone. He had no one, and all of a sudden he brings in Cobb, and here we are now. Jacob Fatu was very confused. Hats off to Priest.
I was smart.
Yeah. Hats off to Priest and Drew for beating the ever-loving piss out of each other again. Jesus Christ.
That fucking table spot, man.
Holy shit, dude.
Fucking Drew's head missed the fucking table. Like, go back and watch the shit. He literally head concrete.
And Hunter said Drew was just a little banged up, and that Priest was hoping he didn't lose a tooth. And that was it out of that match. Like, these guys actually escaped with no injuries, which is wonderful to hear. LA Knight and Jacob, at the end there, just a nice, ebb and flow to get to that point where, Solo interferes and then eventually Cobb comes in.
What are they calling Jeff Cobb? Just Jeff Cobb?
We'll see. We'll see on Friday. We'll see. It could be Jeff Cobb.
Tala Cobb.
We'll see. I think they're calling him John Smith.
Probably. The worst kept secret in professional wrestling. Jeff Cobb to WWE. I do have to say this though. It was very smart the way that they spun it, as if Jacob Fatu had no idea what was going on.
Yeah.
That gives him an out to this and allows him, let's be real, he's going to split from Solo. It's just a given amount of time. And this will, in turn, give Solo somebody else to run with when Fatu breaks away from them. So it's just a smart move all the way around.
The other, thing is Solo's still wearing the mafia gear.
Yep.
Which I'm like, that as soon as I saw that, I'm like, oh, this guy is gonna stay. Yeah, I'm still the head of the bloodline. This hasn't gone away just yet.
Not yet.
It'll be interesting to see if and when he returns, if there's any interaction with Roman Reigns has to do with all of that.
Well, again, I think what you need to do is keep these spokes going different ways for a while, and then eventually it will all come back. Honestly, you're looking at Marvel Universe right now, right? It's like you had the big finale of them defeating the big evil threat, and now you have all these different storylines that eventually are going to rotate right back into the middle and solve it all up. And again, if Jacob breaks off and the Tonga brothers, go with him, and then you have, Taller Tonga, he could go with Cobb and Solo, and now you got 3-on-3. So, and then Roman could get back with the Usos, and now you got 9-on-9. You got a 9-way tag, right? See, so it all does kind of come that way. And then you can do Tamina and Nia and Naomi, and now you have 3-on-3. You got a 4-way, fatal 4-way bloodline elimination Survivor Series match.
Can find it all in one match.
I've been saying for that forever and a day. I would love to see them have the ladies auxiliary bloodline unit. No, but that's what I want it to be, just freaking insane. I want one day they just have a run into bloodline people. Just boom, 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 boom. Oh, there's Nia Jax. There's and then they all come out and it's just a big clusterfuck. And I'd like to see it at a Survivor Series. It's the only one that makes sense. War Games, Bloodline versus everyone. That would be amazing. Not this year. Give it a year to simmer. Please, WWE, do the right thing. Do the right thing. You kind of owe me $2,500 as is. Do the right thing. I'll prorate it. You owe me $750. The main match. The others were good. I'll prorate it. Give me one good Survivor Series, just one, no chili peppers around the neck. Let's just get a bunch of people coming out. Then when they bitch about it, The Rock shows up, if he ever chooses to,
So you're saying you don't want him to do it under the bridge downtown? So look who's back, Alexa Bliss. Oh, yeah. Man. And look at this guy. And of course, Alexa did comment, this guy is the best. Love the excitement. And it was a picture of the reaction from the guy who they shot from Alexa Bliss coming out, which was just priceless. It's yeah. I mean,
I thought Trevor Lee got released.
Right? Oh man. Well, that guy released when he saw Alexa Bliss.
Oh! It's like Rob when Jade Cargill comes out.
Not that far off. Not that far off.
Again, keeping her just kind of under wraps and coming out as a surprise after, not being around for a while. Not bad. Not bad to see. A good way to do it. And was happy to see her come out and good little match. So Hopefully, we'll see what the future holds, especially when she told Charlotte that we had to talk. Interesting. And Charlotte on SmackDown cut that beautiful fuck you guys. I'm not going to say anything else. If you guys don't want to give me love, fuck you. I'm out of here. Great.
Okay. I'm cool with that.
Of course you are. Of course you are. So WWE guys started talking, and especially Javon Evans. Oh boy. So him and Ricochet going at it. I'd squash him is what Ricochet said. Replying, I believe, to Happy Corbin. Javon Evans said, "My bad. I just got done training."
Hold on, let me read this. You got to do this with some sauce on it. My bad. I just done down training at the Performance Center on the Shawn Michaels. Something you don't have or do, but I bet your brown egg head ass would squash me if Tony told you to. Much love, OG.
And then in the response, I went something like this. Brother, I was learning from Shawn Michaels when you was like 12. Then went on to become multiple-time champion. Let me tell you, I will. Let me know when you win one little boy. And yeah, if Tony asked me, I definitely best yo. Or is that
No, I beat your ass, cuz.
Yeah.
Ha-ha. You got to add the ha-ha because he does that.
Have to.
Right. And then, Javon replied,
Man, you learned from HBK when I was 12 and became a multiple-time champion. Now you wrestle in front of 2,000 people every week. For a crackhead, talk about an upgrade. Am I right?
And he went on to say,
oh, well, brother, I was learning from... yeah. Sounds like Mr. Khan isn't giving you enough attention, so you had to come for a successful as youngin. You're giving me the most views on my post, and I'm finally helping you get the most attention you ever had in your career. All love.
oh, isn't it beautiful when that type of thing happens, and then this match gets announced for next week? What the fuck is going on in this world? Now we have to then see Ricochet come out and attack Zach Gowen for no fucking reason and get a fucking match. Come on.
Hey, I'm not even going to lie. I fucking popped when he ripped his fucking leg off.
Oh, Steve.
He ripped his fucking leg off and I lost it. Me being that type of shit is just right up my alley on my type of sense of humor. So, it was great. Seeing Zach Gowen in a mid-card match that's not on a pay-per-view, that's on a regular episode of TV, I'm fine with. If it was a main event or if it was on a pay-per-view, then I would have a problem. But
no, wait a minute. You need to have Vince McMahon going, sweep the leg!
But yeah, I think that, the placement on this is, if they were going to do this at Double or Nothing, I would have a problem with it. Being as though that it's on a standard weekly episode of TV, yeah, I'm fine with it. I have no issue with it whatsoever. Clearly, this is going to be used to continue to get Ricochet over. And yes, heel Ricochet is the best Ricochet. I don't care what anyone says. He's never displayed more personality than what he is right now. And he is doing the best character work he has ever done. So say whatever you want about, the gimmick, him being a nerd, a geek, whatever. But heel Ricochet is the best.
Him. That's just
I
him.
know. Oh, I know.
That's just him, who he is. I mean, that's.
But it's awesome that he's able to display it.
Right, but I don't give a shit about his character being fucking great. I give a shit about the fact that Zach motherfucking Gowen in 2025, after all the fucking bitching and complaining about, Vince gave a shit for years. God damn. This motherfucker, out of all people, is who you dig up to bring in, and then you fucking, just so he can wrestle in front of his kids. This guy.
No. What you do is you take him, and then you remember the Sarge back in TNA the vet with one leg. Between the two of them, you've got one able-bodied person to fight Ricochet.
A new tag team, the Able Body.
There you go. They just come in like a belt strapped around them. Okay, you use the left leg, I use the right one.
Well, speaking of AEW and just asinine. Oh, look, Will Ospreay says even at his worst, he's still better than the whole WWE roster. That's right. I got into WWE when I was a kid, but when I became a teenager, I thought it was lame. There were certain guys I enjoyed, like Eddie Guerrero, Edge, Randy Orton is sick. After a while, I was like, this is so pantomiming. People would go, especially coming up in wrestling, less is more. Is it? I'm bored. It's the same stuff recycled over and over again, even now and again. You get something cool like the CM Punk pipe bomb promo. Oh, and then Will Ospreay
is Will Ospreay from Australia now?
Who the fuck cares?
Hey, good day, Mike.
I still,
anyway, lads. I think the whole bloody promo is boring.
Still, as not only just as a viewer, but as a wrestler, I don't enjoy WWE. I haven't watched WrestleMania 41. What I've heard is it wasn't the best Mania. I just never was a WWE guy, even though he just said he watched WWE when he was a kid. That schedule is like crazy, and I commend them for all doing it, but I just don't like it. I don't like the show. I don't like the style of wrestling. I don't like the presentation.
A few times.
It's gotten better. Wait, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like the presentation. It's gotten better. I love the one shots that they've been doing. I haven't been a big fan of it. Yeah, you guys.
Hold on, let me see if I can fix this. Yeah, you guys are the biggest. You guys are drawing the biggest houses. You guys have the big ideas, bruv. But the moment the bell rings, I think we better.
British now. At least Ospreay was fucking cranky. Now Trump is English.
God forbid.
Like I can't even. I honestly think on my worst day that I'm better than the whole locker room. They've got billions and billions of dollars. And you know what, bruv? We like the word bruv. I'm better than each and every one of them. Okay, it's wrestling like never seen before, bruv.
And Virgil Peterson Jr. said, honestly, fuck Ospreay. The ability to perform 500 cool moves doesn't mean anything. If you have zero concept of theory and psychology, I have yet to be impressed by any of his work. There
Who the fuck is Virgil Peterson?
Yeah.
You might as well have just gotten somebody named Smart Mark 84.
What the fuck is Virgil? Yeah, I got to be honest. My ignorance, I don't know who the fuck that is.
So while we're pulling quotes, I don't know if you have this in your massive list of images, but Dave LaGreca had the former Baron Corbin, Bishop Dyer, on the show on Busted Open this week.
I don't have that one. I'll tell you.
Okay.
Anything he says,
it wouldn't surprise me at all that you don't. But realistically, he spoke the common sense with it. He said, I love the comments. He backs up his comments. He's not burying anyone. He's not burying a company. He even talks about Triple H. He doesn't know him. He's not taking shots at him, even though I think Triple H has taken a shot at him before. I think Hunter said one time, I don't want guys who don't want to work all the time. AEW's pumping out more shows than WWE might at this time with how many shows they're doing a week, because WWE is not doing live events anymore. Okay. Whatever. But realistically, this is the part of the quote that I have to underscore. So I'm behind what he said. It offends me zero. It shouldn't offend anyone. He's taken pride in his place. He said it in his promo last night. Like, this is where it's at. And I think it's a great guy to have the flag and plant that flag in the center of the ring and say, come and get it, you sons of bitches, which is exactly why he's winning the title at All In Texas, just so he can have these types of unhinged rants while carrying the AEW world title Yeah, I'm all for it, man. I'm all for Ospreay popping off because why not? We're talking about it. It's fun.
Yeah.
My thing with Ospreay is though, it's not even Ospreay. Forget Ospreay.
And bar none, he is the best in-ring performer of this generation.
He can be, but he's on a promotion.
In ring, I'm stipulating in ring.
He's on a promotion where he can ride on the vine because they fucked around with Moxley now. How many months now?
They're not going to allow that to happen, dude. Realistically, anybody can see that they are going to do the title switch at their biggest show of the year.
Sure.
So that's all there is.
How long does he have it? How long did you give him a year like Cody Rhodes?
Dude, I would say give him the title up through the end of 2025. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Which is still half of Cody Rhodes' tenure. The reason why I say that is they don't treat their baby faces well. Not as of late.
No, hold on. Not baby faces. They don't treat the people who aren't former WWE superstars. Right? MJF, right? Swerve, right? I'm assuming Ospreay goes the same way.
What, world champions?
What I'm saying is,
MJF
what Rob said is holding the belt. These guys don't hold the fucking belt. You know who does? John Moxley, who wants the belt again for a fourth fucking time. Chris Jericho, who doesn't need the belt. You know what I'm saying? These guys don't need that shit. Ospreay does. And if he doesn't get a run of over a year and you don't build your company around him, go fuck off.
Agreed.
I don't give a shit if you quote unquote are the best wrestler in the fucking world. You have no defined character. All right. What is Ospreay? I don't know. He's just a fucking Brit who comes out and fucking walks around the goddamn ring where he can't even find a goddamn camera. That really annoyed me in his promo this past week. Is the guy couldn't stand still. He looked like he was fucking on fucking meth. Maybe he had some accidentally as he was walking by Gorilla, some like fucking white stuff just kind of flew up and he just actually, oh shit. All right, yeah. You know.
I love Mr. Combrov. He's got the best snow.
But direct it, focus it, find a fucking character, develop it, grow it. That's the thing.
What would you say? What would you say right now? Because would you consider Kenny Omega to have a character?
Kenny Omega has always had a character, and that has been that cleaner. Right?
What are we getting now? What are we getting now out of Omega? Or we know what we got out of Moxley. It isn't good. If you were to put out Claudio Castagnoli, what is his character now? He's this big bruiser guy he's just a jobber.
He's Moxley's heater.
That's it.
He's never had.
There's a lot of guys on there. What is Swerve Strickland's character outside of his valet? Outside of Prince Nana.
But Swerve is himself.
Right.
You know, if Will is being himself, the thing is, and again, you want to point out quotes. One of the bigger quotes this week was the fact that Will doesn't dress like a fucking champion. He just looks like a fucking slob. So, you know, that defines character. Character defines how you look, how you act. Look at, again, you want to bring up Cody Rhodes. The reason Cody Rhodes, he's running with that idea of the face of the company. John Cena, people are pissed. Oh, he didn't change his look or character. Well, that's the whole point of the character.
Good.
The one thing that I saw in AEW within the last month is Kazuchika Okada changing him and Nakamura. The two of them, I don't know if it's a Japanese thing where they wear these ridiculous baggy suits that are ill-fitting. He was coming out with these really weird outfits. And then the last time we see the Rainmaker, he's got a perfectly tailored bespoke suit. We get the idea that he is a wealthy guy. That's the portrayal. He's the Rainmaker, money coming down, and he wins like that. That's a character. With Will Ospreay, you could say that the fact that he's kind of some British gutter slob might be the character because he speaks a heavy British vernacular.
Kyle Fletcher has a better character than Will Ospreay. That's what makes me mad. If this guy is going to be your face, if you're going to position this guy to be your champion, define him. Let Fletcher grow. But Fletcher fucking found it. And to me, I'm more interested in that dude and see where he goes than Will fucking Ospreay, who just comes out and says, I'm better than the whole fucking
But here's my
roster
thing
over
with
there.
Fletcher.
Fuck
With
you.
everybody in the Don Callis family, there are no standout stars in that family. They all get cycled around. They all swirl around and they go, it's this week, it's you. It's
Fletcher's
you.
the only one. Fletcher doesn't even belong in that fucking group.
And by the way, the other guy who looks completely out of place is the new guy they grabbed from TNA. Josh Alexander looks bizarre with that group because he looks another guy who is a champion, caliber guy, and he has some sort of a gimmick. He looks completely out of place. So that's another example of people who rot on the vine. If you get sucked into the Don Callis family, I don't think Fletcher's going to become anything.
Speaking of rotting on the vine, here's one person who I wish I would. Mercedes Moné declares that she is now officially the Beyonce of pro wrestling. This is our biggest pay-per-view of the year, and you're talking to the biggest star in all of professional wrestling, all of women's wrestling. I put women's wrestling on the map. So to do that in Texas, well, I am the Beyonce of wrestling, and I cannot wait to show everybody not only my gear, my outfit, the look, but just the match alone. And then Mercedes Moné has lost the Japan Strong Women's Championship. What the fuck? I mean, at least Ospreay.
Didn't hold. Lay your belt down, 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 down.
Ospreay at least said, I'm better than the whole other company. Mercedes just said, I'm better than everyone in the world, including Beyonce. I am Beyonce.
I know what I want now. I want
To put
Charlotte Flair on AEW. I just want to give him once. That'd be so funny. She goes, nobody can beat me. Then you hear Charlotte Flair's music, beats the shit out of her, leaves. She has a contract for one day, takes all her belts, just leaves. Alundra blazes it, dumps all the belts in the trash.
Rob, you're onto something. But it's not Charlotte Flair. It's Ric Flair, because he's under contract and his music hits, and then he goes out there and beats her for his 18th champion or 17th championship or 21st or 28th, whatever it is.
And then tells John Cena to go fuck himself. Oh, please, God, make that happen. I want somebody to lay down for Ric Flair, like at the last possible day for John Cena to say, all right, today I'm going to retire. The champ is Ric Flair. Just won an AEW. He's a world heavyweight champion. He just built Will Ospreay. What?
No. I think he pins Mercedes Moné, wins the women's championship. And since she said that basically
she's gone
better
for 9
than
months.
everyone, that qualifies the women's championship to be the biggest belt ever. So there we go.
Woo! That'd be great. That would, please, God, I'm your loyal son. You know, I have anxiety problems. I've got low income. I need this. I need Ric Flair to slap this woman stupid. I need her to be crawling on her hands and knees at the end, and Ric Flair's going, I just can't help myself. It would be brilliant. And then to see the look on John Cena's face when he finds out that Ric Flair did it 18 times. Come on. Please, God, please, come on. Hold on. God, make Ric Flair champion one more time. Okay, take it from Cena. Take it away from Cena. I want to see Cena cry. He did us a solid. He's at the end of our show, but I don't care. It would be so much fun. Okay, do you want me to do it as Trump? Well, afterwards we'll do it as Trump. But please, I'm just saying,
And your prayer has been answered.
Oh God.
Ric Flair has defeated a gorilla and is now the 19,000 time champion.
The gorilla's not even in a hold in that. It looks like he's I don't know what the looks like he's massaging the gorilla's leg. Fucking AI.
There you go. All right. So that was that. Really quick. Shelton Benjamin, message to Hulk Hogan. You lost me forever with you don't get caught, or as you would call it, apology speech. So rather than screw up my name and pretend we ever had any sort of camaraderie, which we never had, please do me a favor and keep my name out of your mouth. And MVP had this to say, as Hulk Hogan is a big fan of Benjamin Shelton, of course. MVP said, pathological lying piece of human excrement. Wow. So the question becomes, gentlemen, how many real American beers before you fuck up like that?
Benjamin Shelton.
What the fuck is going on?
Remember that
Wow.
WrestleMania where he didn't know where he was?
Yeah, the fucking Silver Dome.
Right, in Pontiac, New Orleans.
Oh yeah.
It's just crazy, especially with all of Hogan's previous.
Remember he dressed up as a pirate?
All right.
You know, because they had to fix that. And just dressed up as a pirate.
Wow. Well,
you know, personally, I love Hulk Hogan and everything he's done for the black community.
Oh boy. Congrats, amigo. You earned it. From Chad Gable to El Grande Americano. There. That saved it. All right.
Your new speed champion.
Oh my god. All right. At this point, I want give us an over-under.
All right, over-under this week. I'm going to keep it really short, really sweet. The Ricochet Zach Gowen match is going to go under 10 minutes because it should go under 5 minutes, but there'll be a commercial break stuck there in the middle of the match invariably, like there is with even the most minuscule matches on Dynamite. This match should not go, like I said, even 5 minutes. Unfortunately, I see it going maybe 8, but it should not go any more than that. And yeah, by the way, that Benjamin Shelton faux pas from Hogan, fuck that guy. Fuck Hulk Hogan. Fucking, oh, dude. Yeah, exactly.
Good old Benjamin.
Scoop Bionics, cool.
Yeah, Scoop Bionics.
That dude's pretty dope.
You gotta love Scoop Bionics. All right, presidential pontification, please.
You know, I was supposed to be on a major stage tonight, and I came here to honor some Middle Eastern wrestler. Can't even believe they had me do that. They owe me a lot of money. They owe me lots of money for that plug. We call that a plug, okay? And then tonight, we're talking about little Mercedes. No money there, okay? She doesn't even have a character name in Star Wars, okay? She's just there. She's Blue Helmet. She's Blue Helmet number 2. That's her Star Wars role. Blue Helmet number 2, not ribbed for your pleasure. Believe me. Nobody wants that, okay? What is she, Indian? She's Puerto Rican. They say she's black. I don't know. She looks like one of those mulattoes, okay? They gave her too many belts. She's got way too many belts. She's a loser. She doesn't deserve the belts. They're probably gold-plated. She probably got them on Fordham Road. Okay, they're fugazis. Those belts are fugazis. I don't know what's worse, her or Charlotte with no flair. Charlotte, no flair, or Mercedes, no money. You know what? They should have one more match at the Silver Dome because that match never happened. And just like the two of their careers, they should be forgotten.
There you go. All right. Time for us to take a social media dump, and we'll start right here with this great picture of Steve Austin and the most hated man in the WWE, who's becoming the most loved man in the WWE, the Intercontinental Champion, Dominic Mysterio. Look at how cute Dom was.
Where's the teardrop tattoos? He was already dropping bodies back then.
He was. He's a thug for life. Eric Bischoff says Cora Jade needs to shut up and quit acting like a child after getting released from WWE. Quit your whining and complaining and your childish reactions over being released from WWE. You're just listening to stupid things that other ignorant people who have never been in the industry say, whose opinions are irrelevant and don't even matter. And Cora Jade posted this picture of herself, so she can shut up all she wants.
I thought she was sky blue. Looks exactly the same to me. So, man,
Or jade, sky blue, it don't matter. OnlyFans.
Yep.
Coming soon.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Karrion Kross currently has the third top selling T-shirt on WWE Shop, even surpassing Cena and Randy Orton. This is insane. Yeah. I mean,
that shirt actually overtook the others, and at one point last week was the #1 shirt.
And why aren't they using him? What fucking what are they waiting for?
Hey man, something's working. Let them not use him to an extent so that he can continue this, man. Braun Strowman, Bill Apter disclosed that WWE has done an agreement with Braun Strowman that he has been released now, but will be called for storylines whenever needed. Braun Strowman has a 15% paralyzed left leg. His WWE salary is too high, which is why they released him. But they have an agreement where Braun can come in and work for 3 to 4 months. Respected Triple H takes care of his employees like family. But also, Braun Strowman is getting his own show on the USA Network this fall titled Everything on the Menu with Braun Strowman. Quote, everything on the menu with Braun Strowman is a new food format with a big appetite. Each episode joins WWE legend Braun Strowman as he eats his way across America on the road for WWE, ordering everything on the menu and trying to down every last bite. I mean...
Okay.
That sounds actually like the best road for him to go right now, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And that's how he should be used, man. Keep him as a special attraction. Have him to work maybe 2 to 3 matches a year, if that. And outside of that, confine him to doing those pre-produced shows and that kind of thing. It'll be less of a toll on his body. And let's be real, you're going to get more out of him and be able to use him for a longer period of time as a result.
Hey, maybe he could be a guest. Does Big Show still have that sitcom? He could be like Big Show's like long lost brother.
Yeah, I mean, it would be a shocking reveal like this one. This guy is Lyra Valkyria's fiance.
What?
I repeat, this is Lyra's fiance. Anything is possible.
Jesus. Get the fuck out of here. That's going to last 2 weeks when she realizes she's famous now.
Or he realizes he's famous now.
Yeah. And the other thing too, I mentioned that the main event of Backlash was not the best match of the night. Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria had the best match on that pay-per-view. I have to at least say that and get that out there. Far and away by a country mile, that match was the best match.
I have one problem with that match, and it was glaring. When Becky Lynch got her nose broken, she took it like a man, fucking powered through it and finished her segment. Lyra Valkyria got hospitaled out. Now,
Becky Lynch is the man.
Right. So the way they framed it now, Becky Lynch comes out tonight and says, hey, they sent her to the hospital with a broken nose. And then they show you the video of her crying, grabbing her face. It's kind of hard. I mean, yes, you get a fucking nose broken. That is not going to be pleasant. I would have done the same exact damn thing. But you're going against a person who experienced that and became famous off just walking off like it was nothing. I don't know to the severity that Lyra Valkyria experienced that, but she could have done herself a big favor just breaking free of them and fist pump in the air. I don't know. I don't know how severe it was, but it's kind of hard to backpedal on that one. I know it's asking for a lot, and I'm being a cunty fan on that one. But even if she would have just stood up and went, "Yeah, fuck you," I could take that shit. That would have been amazing. Because then that's a callback. That would have been a massive callback.
Right. Possibly. You lost me at hard because of this. Alexa Bliss, Liv Morgan. Hello. Oh, wait. Stephanie Valkyria. Oh, look at Stephanie on the right-hand side there.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And that's right. Priscilla Kelly is now, once again, Priscilla Kelly. So Gigi is back to her original indie working name. We saw this week post from Tool guitarist Adam Jones. He's a big Penta fan, did guitar for the remix version of Penta's theme that debuted on Raw. And better picture of Adam Jones dressed as Penta in October 2016. So he's been a fan for a while. Speaking of bands and fans, Look at the Hardy families. Beth
Oh my
Hardy on
God.
her way to Pearl Jam. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Taking the kids out to Pearl Jam. Jeff in his Vitality shirt. Oh man. Oh boy. When your dad
Why do I
sees
feel
the
like
$99 a month charge. Next Mercedes Monet. Oh boy. Oh man. Yeah, that makes me just kind of do that.
Oh,
John
oh,
Cena.
Jesus Christ. That's frightening.
Tina Turner.
That was good.
John Cena.
Yeah.
And that makes me think, thinking of classic matches, we've got Orton and Cena. Makes me think back to the classic from the 80s when Roddy Piper and the Cookie Monster went at it. It was just brutal, and very demonstrous, shall we say. Good old times. Christmas season's coming up. It's around the corner. Goldberg, I ended Brett's career on his.
That says breed tits.
Oh, Brett, it's all Goldberg's fault.
That one's not AI.
Vince Triple A era sucks. Tony, I hate CM Punk.
Neither is that one.
And of course, the I Am Single sweater for Adam Cole.
He probably does own a sweater like that.
Hey, did you guys see the picture of John Moxley and his wife?
Oh, damn.
Dean Ambrose with cute wife.
Right. What's up, Natty?
Yeah, a picture of Natty and
I wanted to become a Canadian national now. Shit.
John Cena just made this the Mount Rushmore of rappers turned best actors with Will Smith, Ice-T, and whatchamacallit, Queen Latifah.
Yeah. Why am I not surprised the white bald guy couldn't, slap that name out?
Well, I was so distracted by Will Smith because I was afraid that he would slap me. Okay, so.
And by the way, why does Will Smith and Ice-T look exactly the same in that picture?
Because it was a rendering of George Jefferson.
Oh, God.
See, our jokes are moving on up.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Vince Russo put out a thing here. You are a Mark If, and it's a whole rant about, Dave Meltzer is your god. Work rate is fake. Wrestling matches is important to you, that kind of stuff. But Cornette pointed out that unsurprising news, Vince Russo can't spell orgasm as he actually spelled it.
He added an I in there.
Yeah.
He added letters.
ORGASIM.
Just M. He just added
Orgasm
over Japanese wrestling. Steve, have you ever orgasmed over Japanese wrestling?
I can safely say that I have never orgasmed over Japanese wrestling.
I've orgasmed billions and billions of times. Okay, I'm one of the best orgasms. No one has ever orgasmed like I have. Is that they tell me that's a good thing? No, they tell me
it depends. Did you get it in the Okada?
Wait. We've got it in New York. God, it was like ramen. That's how many times I orgasmed. It was a broth. It was a creamy broth. Believe me.
Speaking of orgasms, I don't know where the transfer into this, but some pictures surfaced of Owen Hart. This was great. Owen would have been 60 years old this past week, and these are some candid shots from the road, and was accompanied by the idea that when you're on the road, as long as they are, unfortunately, you don't get to celebrate birthdays, and some of the boys chipped in there to just brighten Owen's day, and just amazing to see those pictures over the year. I know, Brett, it's all Goldberg's fault. Yes, we get it. We're talking about Owen now. Come on, man. All right. And finally, in huge news, this local man thinks wrestling is real.
Oh my.
That's right. This man.
DJ up back in the booth, so fine. White fuzzy slippers on the low-key rhyme. Spinning records till the break of dawn. And those slippers, he got it going on.
All right. And as we wrap up here, Rob, final thoughts?
Wednesday, Ola Abibi in the Arts District. You're going to, I'm just trying to think, I should probably just look up the exact address because it's 1115 South Casino Center Boulevard, 1115 South Casino Center Boulevard in Las Vegas in the Arts District. You're going to want to go there. 89104 is the zip. And we're going to be doing a tribute to Sabu at the show right here. Lex Las Vegas Comedy. You can look up more or look up mine. And we'll be doing a great tribute for Sabu.
Yeah,
and I think his girl, and I'll say this, I think, his girlfriend might be there. And I'm sure everyone's going to have some wonderful memories. I'm inviting my two co-hosts here to come and join in. I have personally seen RVD participate in local comedy events. I don't know if they might be able to get him or who might show up, but Lex will be doing something really nice for Sabu.
All right. Steve.
So one thing, just to put a button in, we just brought up Owen Hart, and TJ Wilson, former Tyson Kidd, actually posted a tweet that was pretty interesting because of something just mentioned in passing in it. Really sad to hear about the passing of Sabu, one of the most unique and innovative talents ever. I remember being really excited to watch a dark match Owen had on tape versus Sabu. So there is footage circulating and is somewhere out there in the ether of Owen Hart versus Sabu. And this is your homework lesson, or your homework to whoever's listening to this. Get me a clip. Get me that match. I got to see that shit before next week.
So you want even more mind-blowing if this is possibly correct? Very well could be a WCW match. Could be, depending on the timing. Probably not, but most likely it was a dark match somewhere around 95, 96.
In 1993.
93.
Oh, hold on. I'm looking it up right now.
Deep cuts.
Right.
So, yeah, hell yeah.
Sabu versus Scott Taylor.
Nope.
No.
But,
Owen Hart, no.
While you're eagerly researching that, I just want to say thank you to everybody for hanging out with us tonight.
He's not researching it. He's looking up pictures of Jade Cargill.
That explains it.
You can see it in his glasses.
Oh, wait a minute. If do I look emaciated to you right now? I would be on the ground twitching. Okay, it would be it'd be an absolute mess.
I don't know.
In more ways than one.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'd be suing, Triple H for, or Tony Khan. I don't know.
Not to mention the sheer amount of orgasm everywhere.
Oh my God, a storm is orgasming.
Oh God. Oh my God. Anyway, thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, doing all the stuff that you guys do. We appreciate each and every one of you. Also, very special thank you to all the brave men and women serving this country, whether you're doing that on lands foreign or domestic. Thank you for doing what you do so that we can do what we love to do. And last but not least, repsports.com, reppsports.com. Go there for all your pre-workout, weight loss, and general energy needs. Repsports.com. Use promo code Vegas at checkout and save yourself 10%.
This guy did.
He knows what's up.
He thought he did. Oh, man. Oh, there you have it, everyone. Just been a long week, a lot going on. Also, if you haven't checked it out, go back to this past Thursday's TNA and watch the dog collar match between EY and Steve Macklin. And you will now know why they put this edict out of no more blood in the matches. It was fucking amazing and brutal. And this is coming off of the goddamn fucking match that we just saw.
The fucking barbed wire match.
Yeah, with Mance and Sami Callihan. So
where a person's tongue was stapled to a table, and then the table was slapped clean from the tongue. It was,
yeah,
oh, so good, so good.
That was that. Now go watch the dog collar match, in which you just go, holy shit, can that much blood be fucking dripped by human beings? Because it was intense, brutal, brilliant. It was amazing. And we're probably never going to see these matches again in TNA.
Nope. Especially as they work closer with WWE. I mean, let's be real. I can guarantee that had something to do with it too, even though if that's not, the reasoning that's been given. It is what it is, and it's all for the best, to be honest.
Yeah. And again, the difference here is that these two bloodlettings happened, in like a 3-week time frame in terms of the airings and stuff like that, right? Again, AEW, if you would have done that for me with that pay-per-view where you had Tony Storm's match 1 week and then the fucking Will Ospreay match another week, great. But that's where you get the overkill. And then unfortunately, the other thing we got to think about in TNA's case is when you're talking corporations, let's face it, the idea is if they're looking to eventually sell, whether it be to WWE or somewhere else, you have to, have a product.
God help them. Please do not do that. The partnership that they have right now is good. It
doesn't matter, unfortunately. It's business. So
I understand that. The product they have right now is the best it's been in a while. And I'm not even talking about Joe Hendry. Let's even forget Joe Hendry. Even without that, their product is fucking great right now. So I don't want the corporate death touch of anything as big as WWE, even if they mean well.
Well, it's not the corporate death touch of them. They're already owned by a corporation.
No, I got it, but
that is what is starting to set in, because I think in just kind of gathering some information, it just there are some things that I think that some people weren't aware of. In terms of,
it's like when you have your favorite local bar and then you find out they're going out of business, closing the doors and becoming a PT's next week. That's a little bit of local humor for you, or Jackpot Jonies or some shit. And you're like, God damn it. Everything that was good about this is gone now. And they're not.
But you're naming my favorite local bars, you dick.
Fucking, they both suck. Anyways, all right. They're Charlotte Flairs of bars,
Jeez.
I had Jade Cargill, and now you gave me fucking 13 times Charlotte Flair. No humble, just open the ring ropes for me. I haven't done anything in a year and a half. Please.
Yeah, that's how I like my bars.
Comforting. What, 6-pack abs and nothing else?
Oh, look at that ass. Come on.
I can light a match on that ass. Okay, that ass has got more fucking pits in it than the 15.
Oh, shit.
That ass has been worked on more times than Hacienda. Okay.
Yeah, well, I mean,
at this point, when she farts, it goes, woo!
Well, it's not when she farts.
That ass has smuggled in more Mexican wrestlers. Shit.
Oh, boy. Oh, man. Well, on that note,
woo!
Jesus. That's how we're gonna end it.
Yep.
That's how we're gonna end it.
You want to play the Fuzzy Slipper song again? He's
Just
watching.
see Steve.
He's watching now.
Every time that song plays, DJ gets a new pair of fuzzy slippers. So
He's got questions about that. He's got questions.
yeah, well, the man has a lot of fuzzy slippers, and they're white, and he wears them in his
Yo, why
house.
they got to be white?
I don't know, man. I didn't choose them.
That's not a question for either of us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, keep in mind, Steve, you used to be bald.
Used to be.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, you know.
Until he went to John Cena's hair rejuvenation clinic.
Hey man, one trip to Turkey and it's all good.
Oh, his hairline. We can't see it. Oh my God.
Mm.
Oh, the last real Verizon salesman.
No thanks.
Respectfully.
Did any of you have a great time tonight? Yeah.
With that, everybody, thank you for hanging out. We'll do it all again next week. Till then, happy wrestling.
Rolling up the strip under neon lights. Podcast mic is glowing in the desert nights. Matt Michaels leading with the swagger tights. Sin City Steve right by your side. Alright. Rob Butcher Larry dropping truths, no fear. Broadcasting stories, make it loud and clear. From the Fremont edges to the Bellagio sphere. These bad boys rule, let me make that clear. Vegas bad boys tearing up the scene.
To Matt Michaels and the Vegas Boys of Podcasting, this is John Cena saying thank you so much.